If you've ever been demons kill you, kill every one of you, plug brains out. But you're dead side, and not violent either. You're just like, oh yeah. And there's so many out there like me. I'm not alone in all this. I'm gonna play back you rotten stuff. This is for the key hacking me since I switched on my Wi-Fi. So in America, the day the night 2021, the sign-up tape Washington DC, so we kept it there. Sign-up demonic, this is all planned. For me, to want me to react, I have to stay first because I knew the into my body, and I gave up just deliberately. So careful out there, kill the demons off, you know. Just pray trust in our Lord our Saviour, we're the chosen ones. They don't like it, that's why we get the psyops, the setups, the targeting, everything thrown at us, and it's intensified. But you see, when I tried to warn my adult son for the sake of his daughter as well, I tried to inform them and send links, and it's up to them now. I'm not going to do it anymore. If they can go off to London, and I hope and that they enjoy themselves, but to deliberately need me out, no thought to be there for me. Once he worships the ground, so to speak, like many people do, on like the Elon Musk. I think it's pronounced that way. Artificial intelligence technology, which is damaging humanity, and it's not for the better good. He's intelligent enough to know, but he can easily make 2 trips. When you target individual, you don't get no help or nothing. And I know that firsthand. Apart from the spiritual help. And I've got a gun. I'm playing stuff. Not my family. Other demons, like in the movies. If I was in that era, if this world turned demonic, and you had demons around, I would turn into a warrior, a spiritual warrior. But I wouldn't, and I don't know that. That's what they want people out that way, you see. And as I mentioned this on this format, you know, you've got to be sensible and safe. And keep a journal, keep a diary, keep coping mechanisms, okay? Because they will use it against you, everything against you. Prayers and blessings for the safe return of my own family members. And I pray for goodness that one day might help someone realise what the demonic world we're up in for the sake of his own family. So it doesn't matter now about me, per se, in that regard. For that. So he's done it, and I'm proud of him, for his son, for his daughter, for everyone still surviving in these end times. The rapture, what people talk about, is any time. And I would never turn against God's rules, the Lord Joshua, ever, no matter what they do to me on this physical plane, i.e. Earth. It is Luciferian Earth, not mine. So, at 2 o'clock in the morning, it's like America's just waking up really in their daytime. So I'm keeping American hours. I'm staying safe. It's the main thing. So, I could easily do a document of lies that the demons in the souls of men and women have been saying about me, and how I've learnt lawfully and honourably to hit back at them. Yeah. Nobody comes into my chat anymore. It's because it's rerouted. The CIA, not CIA, I mean whoever, whatever they are demonic, they take control of this main computer even without it connected to the Internet of Things. That television because of cloning of humans. If you don't think anything's going to kick off again on the 11th, 2021, maybe sooner, think again. These setups are in mind controlled in these men and women as well. They're taken over, and sometimes they don't know it. So I was listening to some beautiful music just now. Chill out. Now I'm gonna get some fresh up. The corruption is rife. Is extremely rife. There's a lot of weather changes, earthquakes, all sorts happening. There's revelation. Do you think, right, Plan B for England triggers, you know, this demonic activity in England. I can't mention certain things on here, but to make I don't get many views. I'm not into all that. All the gas stalking. Okay. The abuses. This is for years, by the way. I did it. House was burgled. Ended up living there. But notice they use colours and the photos. Beautiful photos that my son got through to me. And I know he's being used to target me, to gaslight me. I know he's trained in NLP, and I won't say how I know. I know by building a pattern of events. I know that he's still in contact with my own. It's not true what he does as an adult, but he doesn't realise the MK Ultra is part of the program. When I tried to send him links and for him to look up himself, he's intelligent. I absolutely got evidence that they used him. I'll be on Monday again, just gone this week, and suddenly he changed his plans out the blue. So knowing full well they hoped I would not cope with the triggers today. Well, I do. I always get through it somehow. So I document it. These skies I see as well, and not just light weather counts, but light real nights. I've been given the gift of insight of many subjects, and I will fight this, that you perpetrators, you demonic entities are doing again to me, to trigger me. I successfully mastered it back in 2017, when you demonic. I didn't know then about the technology side that gave me a heart attack then. You won't come near me, ever. Get it? You will not buy your puppets, your Luciferian puppets. Do you get it? You ain't gonna come in here in the way that you imply by your puppets again. So I will make it sure my soul, well, soul is the main part, being in the Lord's hand. Be prepared for anything, because stills and the setups, all this subtleness, and it's not just because, you know, the perpetrator male was visiting number 3 during the hours of last night. Early hours this morning, she saying, got a ticket. That never happens. They'll soon get that paid off for it. And I didn't manage to record my sleep being hacked into. Awareness Against Stalking in August this year, published Watching One's Area. You can see it all around you. They like to put the motorbikes is yellow. One of the photographs my son sent me, you could say it's coincidence. Stuff it's coincidence. Decided to go only live on one channel. Now, I live in an area where they're getting ready. They're already raised up the 5G technology, putting more stuff in the ground opposite where I live. And They already merged everything into Agenda 2030. It's more like Agenda 2050 now around here. But you wouldn't think it to look outside in the town centre, but right outside my door it is. They want me out the way completely. They want me to queue off. Oh yeah, that's how demonic they are. Yeah. History have sworn an oath, the Satanist oath, the rituals. The rituals are real. I took part in rituals when I was a child. I didn't know no different. They weren't as bad as what really goes on. Much I got download books and things I've saved I haven't got around to reading. And their positions are in every aspect on this earth. Yep, Black Pope. So when I found evidence about the Jewets and their connections with the Mormonism in goes back. Well, the Jewets, there's history in the 15th century, maybe even further. But Lucas persecuted first was Jesus Christ on the cross. To raise the vibrations, and I'm not going to get down to their level like they're trying to desperately. They're desperate to take souls with them to the pit of hell. The secret Babylon occult, the Jewets, and the Constitution of the Jewets in 1540. And the Stream Oath of Induction and the history of the Jewets. And how it's all infiltrated spiritually and controllers of the New World Order. It's all about business and commerce. And this article is 2006. I don't know how deep it went. The real spiritual control of the Illuminati of New World Order were the Jewets through the Black Pope. Jewets Gen F. Peter Hans No Verberech actually control the Vatican hierarchy of the Roman Catholic Church. The Bishop Barfield, who left the church, and now born-again Christian, and at the time of the article living in Canada, based on the conclusions after serving 6 years as a Vatican priest. His abstracts of books, he's actually exposed what's been going on. I'm not going to read it through. Bloodline families of the New World Order, and I said the 13 bloodline families in DNA. The new organization of the chart. The Illuminati of royal bloodline families: Rothschilds, Astor, Bundy, Collins, DuPont, Friedman, Kennedy, L.I. On-Azai, Rockefeller, Disney, Russell, Van Dunen, Malvinia, Reynolds. Then Foundations of the New World Order, America. Underneath that is financial groups: IMF, World Bank, central banks, Federal Reserve Banks of International Settlement. Over to England as well, and Israel, and Australia, and China. The research institutions. Institution for Policy and Studies, Stanford Research Institute. Brookings Institute and Tavistock, which is in London, And then the connection with me in there is when I had a attempt on my life in 2002. I didn't know what now years ago, the trauma of all that. I eventually was referred for the effects of the trauma. Post-traumatic stress was Tavistock in London, and that was run by the Tavistock Institute. I didn't know I was a TI since I was birth, a child. So they didn't help me. They tried to offer me some kind of long-term, said I wasn't ready, it was too deep-rooted, and then they gave me these labels. The disassociation, the trauma was that bad. The guy was a serial killer. He murdered 3 women. He did horrible things to the bodies. He was demonic, evil, bad. I was a legit businesswoman at the time. My business premises wasn't finished and I let out my old room and my old house. He attacked me because I refused to do certain things, if you know what I mean. Read through the lines as an adult. I don't do that. And I didn't go to the police straight away because they found me before. When my son was growing up and incidents at school and things like that, I didn't trust him. So at the time my son was older, my daughter was elsewhere, and I went to the pub, and after I had to scrub myself, I went to the bath. And it was Christmas coming up and New Year, and so he said just focus on that, which I did, and then the shock, big time hit on the 3rd of January 2003. So I didn't know they were part of Freemasonry, Club of Rose, Knights of Malta, none of this, secret societies. And this guy was all over UK mainstream media, news and stuff. I was the biggest guilt can imagine. If I'd went to the police when it happened, those girls would they be alive now, sort of thing. I was luckily reassured it wasn't my fault. Eventually, part of that sunk in, part of it hasn't still, part of it has. And that's the only thing I ever got diagnosed with because of that horrific thing that happened to me. And how dare you, perps, use your public servants to take their piss, excuse my bluntness, out of me and twist that around in a demonic way back in March 2017. And 80 and other public servants. How dare you? It's just like those veteran army people that come back from these globalist financial wars with trauma in their lives. And you dismiss them, spit them out, done the job for they think for the country, and you dismiss them. Sad. And it still, I assume, goes on to date. But I can't guarantee because I don't know people in that area anymore. Political, Council and Foreign Relations, Trilateral Commission, the governor, leaders, US Supreme Court, they're corrupt as anything like England. Electoral College, NATO, EU, emerging the police, one policing system as well. It was going to be replaced with robots anyway. United States and the burglars collaborate. Intelligence, MI5. Yeah, not that intelligence. NSA, FBI, KGB, Interpol, Mossad, drug cartels. Do you hear that? Drug cartels? That's why everything goes around here. under the noses, under the cameras, everything, and they get away with it. Military intelligence, religion, World Parliament of Religions. Do you hear that? National Council of Churches, Christian Fundamentalists, a Temple of Understanding, and Universal Churches and New Age cults. That's paganism. Vatican Jewish Satanists. That's their religion, flaunting it what they're doing. Educational. UISO. Lucas Trust. Have you researched them in England? World Union, World Goodwill, Eastern Institute, Planetary Congress, Media Establishment, World Federation, World Constitution. It's a bit like Star Trek movie. This is reading that. Corporations, multiple nationals and banks supporting the New World Order agenda. So they've cut me off already. I cut off while I go and get my food. I won't order nothing because they're just going to poison my bloody food. Most probably. You hear about that, TIs, if they order anything out. The article I'm sharing is this one. I'll be back.
To find out. We're almost seeing the Great Flock, which is not so great from my perspective. He's the Great Risk.